Now they still have a few strawberry farms, but not that many. Of course, farmers have sold out their land to developers. I can't blame them. They can make a lot of money. Real estate is pretty high here. Even property that used to be so cheap years ago. Everything's very expensive. And on Martha's Vineyard, more so. Nantucket, even more so. In fact, you know what is fun to do? And I brought the real estate book with me. In the boat terminal, when we get to Woods Hole, if you're killing time, you go in the terminal, you use the restrooms, you might pick up a real estate book and look through at the prices of property or homes. And the gingerbread cottages that we will go to, sometimes they're in there for sale. And you say, oh my gosh, look at the prices of it. You own your wood, your house is made of wood, but you don't even own the land in the cottage campground.
And you live in there?
People live in there for the summer only. So there's summer cottages. It's called the Gingerbread Cottage Campground. It's nothing to do with camping at all. See, there's no vineyards on Martha's Vineyard. There's no camping in the campground. Everything is not what it appears. Isn't that strange? Nothing is what it seems to be.
Oh my God. Confusing. I thought
they had snow, but there might have been 60 people there.
You're doing very well here, chugging right along. No problems on the road. It's a nice day, no rain and sunshine.
That's the best part, no rain.
Now, you know, folks, a lot of us, we don't have air conditioning. We just open our windows. Now, if you came here and you bought a new home, I bet it would. But most of us have homes that were built sometimes maybe 20, 30 years ago. We don't have air conditioning. So this morning I opened all my windows. When I go home tonight, I will be closing a lot of those windows because my house will feel a little damp. This moist, damp air that we have here. But if I didn't open them, it would be very stuffy. So it's a battle. You open the windows. You want the air to come in, especially the sea breezes. You close them later because everything feels moist. So the next 3 days, I know it's going to be a little uncomfortable. I have 2 fans I plug in and circulate air in the house. But I don't keep those fans going all summer. But now there's a 3-day stretch, I'm going to need them. And last month, it was at the beginning of this month that we had a 3 or 4 day stretch that I had to turn the fans on. So it's not something I do all the time. I don't really need to.
Yeah. What a waste.
What a waste is right.
Waste is right.
On your windows, you don't have to live on the water at all. The wind carries the salt pretty far. Sometimes on a mild January day, I'll get the little step ladder out and I will do a quick Windex with paper towel because I look through the window and it looks a little filmy, a little sticky. So the salt spray is a problem in general. I guess we're used to it, but can't do much about it. So you don't need waterfront property for that to happen. Now, if someone said to you, well, go up the road here and you're going to see Walmart, the sign will be coming up on our left. You go, okay. You start to look and look and go, where? And you're straining your eyes to see the sign. So if everybody looks to the left, let's see if you eventually see it. Keep looking. Don't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. Does anybody see Walmart sign? There it is. Look how small. It's little. to Walmart in blue. Well, you really have to kill yourself to find the sign. It is down there in that plaza. It is not very big. But the day it opened, 2,000 people were lined up waiting to go in. They were thrilled. Walmart has finally come to Belmont. And I always say, gee, I wish there was one in Hyannis where I could actually use it and go to it. This is way too far for me.
But it's a deli and sandwich.
Oh, because when they said the, well, we go to Wawa, Cumberland Farms. But no Wawa, no Wiggly.
No Piggly Wiggly.
I know we have them in New Jersey.
Manchester.
Now on Cape Cod itself, our 75-mile long hunk of land, the population is 214,000 people. To me it seems like a lot. I say to myself, where do they work? Where do they live? We've got a large senior population, I know that. And a lot of them are retired. Some still work, like myself. And if you were born here, brought up here, you are called a Cape Codder. You're a Cape Codder. If you moved here from someplace else, even if you lived here 50 years, you're not a Cape Codder, you're a wash ashore.
Wash ashore.
Wash ashore from someplace else.
Let's retire here so we can
That's just the way it is, isn't that something? So we've got many, many wash ashores and a few Cape Codders left.
Yeah, well, how long do you have to live in Berks County before you're considered?
Oh, I know.
us Berks County. You gotta start talking like that, and then you're a Berks County.
Eastman Sports
And eat scrapple.
And tonight our dinner is right down to our
My
left.
husband loves it.
Down by the harbor front. We can't see it, but down Scranton Avenue, the Flying Bridge. You're going to love it. It's right there on the waterfront, on the harbor. Very nice.
And Souse?
His
dad ate souse. I remember Bill telling me his dad ate
He
souse.
just said Kelly's
And
good.
pig stomach? I've never yet had that.
He said Kelly's
And I look at the pickled tripe and I just sort of say, well, maybe someday.
I have time.
Bring bologna. Bring bologna and
Oh, and I do not like Lebanon bologna.
And as we go up along here, if you keep your eyes to the left, we will pass an old diner called Betsy's Diner. It's your true old-fashioned diner. Their motto is eat heavy. And it says so right in the window. Sooner or later it will come up. It was featured quite a few years back on Good Morning America's Diners of America. And they featured this little one here in Falmouth. And it will be coming up on our left in about 20 seconds. Their motto is right in the window. You'll see it. Eat heavy. I said, who says that anymore?
Look at the diner.
Well, the new motto is leave food on your plate. Baloney, I'm not leaving food on my plate if I can help that. But yes. Jeez. Now we're coming up to the main street up here that they call it the Village. Main Street of the Village. They have an English tea room.
Oh, I love
So
them.
cute. They say fine teas and pastries and so forth. Molly's Tea Room. We've got the library on the right. They've left these trees along here, which is nice, instead of cutting them all down. And every little village must have an Irish pub. We've got Liam McGuire's over on our left. Nice little shops.
Oh, they're beautiful. Smile. They're beautiful.
We charge extra for charm. Yes.
And the little tea room coming up on our left.
This is my
Farm
kind of
South.
Molly's Tea Room.
Oh, I love the tea room.
A little chocolate emporium.
Ben and Bill. Ben and
H.
Bill.
Cousins Bookstore coming up on the left. They used to have that little sign that, oh, they took it down. It used to say for children and grown-ups in small numbers. I love this old building on the right with a pickle jar and twigs. Nice old colonial type of building. The little stucco hardware store up here. I love hardware stores. I can spend hours just browsing. I don't know why. It's tight through here. Poor Brian.
I think that's
And as we bear to the left up here, we're going to see the old stone church, St. Barnabas.
Is there any quaint scenery in the mall?
Beautiful old stone church. It's an Episcopal church. Quite beautiful. This is the little village green with sea captains' homes all around it. Look at these big homes, multiple chimneys. These were for sea captains back in the day. Now they're inns and bed and breakfast. Now the birthplace of Catherine Lee Bates, coming up on my right. It's a white house with black shutters. Not this one, nope, but the next one with a flag. She wrote America the Beautiful. She grew up here, was born here, and lived in that house.
People live in now, or is it just to look at?
I'm not sure if it's open to the public or is it privately owned, but they have her little figure out there. And now off we go to Woods Hole. This little town, very quiet, but we have the Woods Hole Oceanographic Institute, the Marine Biology Lab. We've got some of the smartest scientists in the world here. They make great discoveries. Now, they're very low-key when they make these discoveries. Why, we could trip over them on the sidewalk. We don't know who they are. But at least 50 or so have won the Nobel Prize. So they do great things. They take sea life, make discoveries in medicine, for example. Wow.